Good morning from a freezing Cape Town. I think it's about 10 degrees today, so I'm at home, nice and cozy, having a bunch of emails and meetings online rather than meeting anybody in real life. I've been watching a lot of Dr. Joe Dispenza. If you don't know who he is, he's a prolific writer and speaker, and I'm actually going to go and see him in Canada from the 1st to the 7th of September. I've spoiled myself for my birthday. I wanted to chat today about this idea and concept of us wanting to create our reality. And a lot of us sit in this sort of keenness to want to create the reality that we want, but we somehow can't. And it's always been something that I've been so excited about looking into and really practicing. How do we go about creating the reality we actually want? And so I was listening to this podcast from this Indian guru, this mystic, and what he was saying was the way he would approach people or how people would experience him in real life was the fact that this American guy was being interviewed and they said, so what happened when you met this guru? He says, it was the most unbelievable feeling of him being able to see my whole past and my whole future and still loving me. And I just thought that was such a deep, amazing way to explain how somebody can accept you wholeheartedly for who you are. And the thing about this idea is that when we get the opportunity to empathize with people's past, we don't get triggered by their shortcomings. The way we are able to empathize with people's pasts is when we have forgiven ourselves of our own pasts. We can only reflect and project judgment onto people for things that we haven't dealt with. So this Indian mystic had obviously dealt with everything in his past. And when he saw somebody, he accepted them 100% without being triggered with their moods and temperaments and personality traits that we often don't accept in other people. The next thing he said was, he saw my future, a brighter, bigger future than I could see of myself. And I've been noticing this with the people I've been working with around me, around my brand. I have about 8 or 9 people around that do everything from copywriting to digital to organization, trips, research, and a whole bunch of different things. And what I've realized is my team enjoys being with me. And the reason they enjoy being with me is that I see their best version of themselves before they see that version of themselves. Is that I see the potentiality in them bigger than they see their potentiality. And the reason I'm able to do that is because I see the bigger potentiality in myself. And if I'm able to see the bigger potentiality in myself, I'm then able to project that onto people. And then people say that, geez, John, it's so inspiring to be with you. But actually what inspiring to be with you just means is that I accept where you come from because I accept myself. I am so excited for your future. Can you not see all the potentiality you have? Because that's all I can do for myself. And people call that inspiring. People call that enthusiastic. People call that inspirito, inspired, with spirit. And so when we are able to forgive ourselves and project that forgiveness onto other people, when we are able to see the best versions of ourselves and project that onto other people, we start living in the future. We don't start living based on the memories of the past. When we are able to let go of the memories of the past from painful scenarios to joyful ones, we then start defining ourselves with the vision of the future. Dr. Joe Dispenza has brought up so many different things for me. I've been watching lectures of him every day, and he keeps describing this idea that we keep living repetitive lives based on our history, based on our memories, based on hurts that we've been carrying with us for 20 years. And I've got a tricky relationship with my dad my whole life, and realized that by me not forgiving him and getting over the concept that he wasn't perfect, he isn't perfect, he hasn't dealt with these shadows. I don't know if he ever will deal with these shadows, whether he ever will become the person I expect my father figure to be. And if I don't accept him for who he is now, my relationship with him will be a continuation of my past moving into the future. I won't be able to redesign my future because I'm holding on to something from the past. So I think that the whole point of this video, beside it being such an amazing thing for me to have really started to digest and really try to apply to my life, is are you living your life based on a set of memories in repetition? Or are you defining yourself by a vision of your future? Anyway, happy week. Thanks for watching. Ciao.